Police confirm that Zwelinzima Vavi has opened a case of extortion against a woman who allegedly tried to blackmail him, and President Jacob Zuma declares a special official funeral for the late former Chief Justice Pius Langa. I'm Richard Brooks. Police spokesperson Kim Kluter has confirmed that COSATU's General Secretary Zwelinzima Vavi has opened a case of extortion against a woman who allegedly tried to blackmail him. Vavi released a statement yesterday in which he denied raping a 26-year-old colleague, saying they had been involved in a consensual extramarital affair. Vavi also alleges that the woman demanded 2 million rand from him in exchange for her silence on the matter. The Labour Federation is apparently investigating the woman's allegation that Vavi raped her in her office. Vavi will tomorrow attend an internal hearing on a sexual harassment grievance. The woman has not responded to requests for comment. President Jacob Zuma has declared a special official funeral for the late former Chief Justice Pius Langa. He died last Wednesday. Langa's funeral will be held on Saturday. The national flag will fly at half-mast at every flag station in the country from tomorrow until the day of the funeral. Zuma has described Langa as a person who was driven by a thirst for equality and justice for all, educating himself through correspondence with UNISA and finally rising through the ranks to become one of our country's finest legal minds. Langa served as the country's Chief Justice from June 2005 until his retirement in October 2009. Presidential spokesperson Mac Maharaj.
President Jacob Zuma has declared a special official funeral for the late former Chief Justice Pius Langa. Justice Langa was driven by a thirst for equality and justice for all.
Economic Freedom Fighters leader Julius Malema says SARS must not allow itself to be used to settle political fights. He was speaking at the party's National Assembly in Soweto. Malema says SARS has sent notices to his colleague Kenny Kunene and other EFF members stating that they are under investigation. Malema says SARS has an obligation to rise above political divisions to ensure that members of the public trust it with their finances. SARS has auctioned several of Malema's properties and household goods to recoup a 16 million rand tax debt. Malema also faces corruption charges in the Polokwane Magistrates Court. He is accused of making nearly 4 million rand from corrupt activities and is out on bail of 10,000 rand. Health Minister Aaron Motsoaledi has described South African men who are reluctant to be tested for HIV as counter-revolutionary. He was speaking at the Young Communist League's National Council in Kimberley. Motsoaledi says of the 18 million South Africans who've undergone HIV tests, only 35% are men. Motsoaledi says although the 18 million figure shows great strides from the 2 million people tested in 2009, the fight against AIDS will be lost unless men change their attitudes.
We are intending to go to Parliament and say Parliament must also launch this HIV counselling and testing campaign. And leaders in Parliament must call on men especially. Because yes, it's true, after 18 million people tested, 65% were women, 5% children, and only 35% men. It's a problem that we are faced with, and we need to solve it as a country because otherwise we will never defeat this pandemic.